How the K sound got its letter. One magical day in Alphabet Land, a very special visitor had arrived to see the Alphabet King. It was Queen Isabel. She had travelled in a beautiful hot air balloon, and used a bridge to walk from the balloon to the lookout tower. It had been very exciting to watch. The pencil guard Blunt was longing to go in the balloon. He was standing by the bridge when the letter P came puffing up the tower steps to see the balloon close up. "Hello," said Blunt. Then he had a wicked idea. He would take the letter over the bridge to the balloon, and then, if they were caught, he would say that it was P's idea, and he was just keeping him safe. "Do you want to see the balloon really close?" Blunt asked the letter. "Yes, I do," said P enthusiastically. "I'll take you," said Blunt, and led the way over the bridge. He skipped across quickly, but P was scared. "It's a long way down," said P. "You'll be fine," said Blunt, climbing up onto the edge of the platform. Now Blunt was having another idea. He saw a long rope in the balloon's basket and tied it round his middle. Then he climbed up onto the edge of the platform. He stood there and looking down. "What are you doing?" asked P in a panic. "I'm going to jump," said Blunt. "Bye." And he jumped. He flew in a dive until the rope stretched tight, shaking the platform it was tied to. "Yee-haw!" yelled Blunt at the top of his voice. The shaking platform made the bridge wobble too. "Be brave now," P said to himself, trying to walk back over the swaying bridge towards the castle. But he couldn't hold on, and he lost his balance. "Help!" yelled P as he fell. But just as it looked as though he would fall to the ground, he bent the end of his tail over the rail of the bridge. And there he hung, swinging in the breeze. Lucy had heard Blunt shout as she came up the tower stairs. She saw what had happened. "Are you all right?" Lucy shouted to the P letter. "Yes," said P, "but I'm stuck." Lucy climbed carefully onto the bridge and, trying not to look down, lifted the trembling letter up and held him tightly. "Come on, let's get off this bridge," she said. "What's happened?" asked the Alphabet King as Lucy and the letter came in. They told him. "I'm relieved that no one was hurt, and you've both been very brave," he replied. "I'll send the pencil guards to get Blunt back, and he must have time out in the dungeon for such a silly stunt. We shall have to sort out the bend in your tail, too," he said to P. "But look," said Sam excitedly, "the way P is now could be the shape for the K sound we've been trying to make." "Won't children be confused by a back-to-front P?" asked the Alphabet King. "Not with that broken tail," replied Sam. "The tail will help children to read the letter." "What's happened?" asked the Alphabet King as Lucy and the letter came in. They told him. "I'm relieved that no one was hurt, and you've both been very brave," he replied. "I'll send the pencil guards to get Blunt back, and he must have time out in the dungeon for such a silly stunt. We shall have to sort out the bend in your tail, too," he said to P. "But look," said Sam excitedly, "the way P is now could be the shape for the K sound we've been trying to make." "Won't children be confused by a back-to-front P?" asked the Alphabet King. "Not with that broken tail," replied Sam. "The tail will help children to read the letter." "I think it will work," said the Alphabet King suddenly. "And we should call this letter Q. Q for Queen Isabel," he said, smiling gently. Because Q is a consonant, the king picked up his blue pen, and then he wrote the letter shape into the book of letters. With a wiggle of his moustache and a big frown, he began to make the magic for a capital letter. He moved his hands as if he was stretching a circle. Then the book of letters slammed shut. The Alphabet King opened it and looked at the page. "Oh, dear! It's the same as O!" he exclaimed, disappointed. "I'll do it again." This time he made a downward movement. The book of letters glowed. When they looked again, the capital Q had a little tail. "The tail stops it rolling away and helps the capital Q to stand up by itself at the start of names and sentences," said the Alphabet King. "But how will we write the little Q?"